All right, hello everybody. What is today? Today is the 23rd. I feel like I missed a little bit of a short, but I'm struggling with this area that's held several times. This line is actually from before. It could really push down from here. I did miss the entry if I was going to take it, which would have given me a lot less risk on the move. So at this point, I just gotta wait. It definitely does give us more hints of down than up. Be prepared just in case. I have this short sitting here. Looks like we got a little bit of wedge. Let's give it a shot. There we go. What we'd like it to do is stay right below here. We are right in this spot at this moment. We do have some divergence here on the 610. And it is directly into this support. The support has been overrun a couple of times now. There we go. I'm going to pull this second one off like I like to do. If this pushes down from here, we're going to have another spot to move our risk. But what I'm not loving is the slowdown of the MACDs here. We do still have some strength. Got a lot of ticks left in this particular bar. There we go. So we've got a good spot to move this now. I'm just remaining 2 ticks behind this spot right here, because even though I said this was a good spot, it hasn't pushed down and closed below here, and that's really what I need to see to move in that direction. It is a nice spot to pull back and take me out, but if that happens, so be it. I'm going to pull my risk in pretty close right now. 1 tick above break even, which is 2 ticks above the area we're currently at. So this way, if it comes back and pulls back all the way up into here, then I don't need to lose any more than just a tick on this trade. And that tick, yeah, it's not a really big deal. But at the same time, this is also still showing us that it has potential to push a little bit more down. It's not going, it's not the most beautiful thing, but it is doing its job. I might go ahead and move this to a break even. Let's just watch this for another moment or two. This does push down just a little bit more here. I am going to go ahead and move it to a break even. See what it's going to choose to do. Actually, I am going to go ahead and do that now. Because even at this point, if it pulls back up, I don't want to be in it. It's not showing me a ton of strength to the downside opening up just yet, although we've got a lot of room. So it's got space to run and pull back and then push down. And so I'm just not willing to give up anything. I'm just going to be responsible about it and keep a very low risk and look for what profit potential we could have. There we go. It is just a little bit of this. Even nicer down here. But we're going to keep this in mind that it may not make it all the way down there. No. Now starting to give us a little pop back up. Go ahead and take this out. Long reversal bars, pulling back up. Divergences, slowing down. So what I don't want to see is this pull all the way back and then go down. A pretty decent pop-up off of this area. So I really could have gotten just a few more ticks right in here. But as you know, we're good with what we've, as long as we've got profit and we're making good decisions and we're being responsible, then that's all that really matters. Hasn't quite come back to hit that break even, and it may not. Okay. So I still see the reasons for this to go down. It still hasn't come back and hit where my previous stop was, so I may have gotten out a little early. I told you guys I get a little rusty when I haven't traded in a while, so it's time to get back in the swing of things. Let's see what happens here. I can get this to pick me up. This is as low as I can go. Yeah. Didn't quite make it in that one. That bar took off pretty quickly. Go ahead and pull it back up just a little bit. Give it one more tick. Just put it right here. There we go. second trade didn't quite work out like planned. Told you, get a little rusty. Man, I don't even know why. I think I just let these reversal bars trick me into it. I'm looking at everything now, and look at how all these pivots are leading higher, and both the price and the MACDs. It's so obvious it was attempting to make the switch to the upside, but hey, these things happen. Watching to see if this is going to die out pretty quickly. It looks like we're going to get a pretty decent push. The zero line here, I'm going to go ahead and move up to a break even there, or to at the low. I think I'm kind of rushing myself to make a little bit of new trades. You know, part of being responsible in your day trading is understanding your emotions, how you're feeling. I've been trying to force myself to take more trades because I had taken so much time off. And now it's like, oh, you took all this time off. You have to perform. Which we know is not the actual case. You know, when you take that time off, it's because you need it. When you come back, you got to come back to it just like anything else. You know, be prepared. Look for what you should do. Look for the right things to do. Trade properly. Sorry, I was just looking at the price here. We still have the green light, the upside on the 610, the 1597. Oh. I'm just laughing at myself. There was a lot telling me not to go to the downside. I was being a little irresponsible. We're going to go ahead and take this trade out. We got a lot of space to come back here. We got a few things still trying to push this to the downside, if not for just a little bit. I'm going to pay attention and see if we might have one more trade that I can work with. Things are starting to flatten on the 610 and remaining flat on the 1597. So what does that tell us? It tells us that it can be easily violated, right? I would love to see this continue up. But I think we're going to get a nice little pullback. We don't have too much longer, and we'll be moving contracts to the 918 contract. It'll be the first spot to continue with a long. But I think 3 trades for today is good enough for me. I really could have minimized. Taking this trade was really pushing it. I knew better than to wait for that long bar to get in there. This long bar happened, but it gave a nice area to get in. You know, had I been patient, I would have never been in this trade. It happens. People lose their focus, their patience all the time. And just as in life with trading, if you hold on to that, it's going to affect all your future decisions. So, you know, you make a mistake, you learn from it, and you move on. Even if sometimes that lesson is immediate. This looks like a nice push back to the upside. So this may have been the one to continue. I'm about to have to head down to the downstairs. And here are the cleaning ladies finishing up, so let them out. I'm working on some more videos for the course. I think it's going to be a continuous process where we're going to be putting in videos regularly. And we want to make sure that these things are fully understood as to why I might have taken this one, why I took this one. We want to make sure that we can understand where are profitable areas to enter the trade. And I don't even mind showing my mistakes. I mean, my mistakes happen. Like I said, I'm just like the next person. I have thoughts and feelings and emotions, and sometimes I allow those to come in instead of really just paying attention. I feel really good about these exits right here, about these exits here. Just not 100% about this one. It just happens. This did give the push back up, which it did give us an opportunity to enter back in whenever it pulls back in here. What I'm starting to struggle with is the same thing that I came into right in here. We're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. I'm seeing more and more signals for this to continue to the upside now that we're getting back above things, but there is still there is still potential for that push to continue down. So you can see the real conservative way to trade today is to take those exits whenever it's showing you slowdowns and reasons for the exit, and not to be, you got to be quick on the draw today. You got to be quick on the draw and take those trades from very low risk entry areas, because whenever you wait and you're not quick on the draw, we can see exactly what the outcome may be. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. This is looking like it's trying to even give the push back down already. So it seems like our space is just getting more and more confined, because what do we have? We've got a wedge going on here. So it makes that space more and more and more confined until it pops out of that area. Let me pull over this one chart. I wanted to show you one thing. Whenever we entered into these trades where we can look at it, and there was the exit a little bit late, especially with the signals here. This entry was very, very late on the move. I think it was more of I felt like I had missed it, especially being up here. It was definitely, I felt like I had missed it and saw the reasons for an exit, but held on with hope. This next one, I'm feeling really good about it. Here we have another pullback, possibility for an entry, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and call this a day, because we can see what's happened. I mean, I'm just going to draw these on here real quick. And it's just this area giving us some difficulty. And that happens. This area is giving us some difficulty. It's lunchtime. We don't have to trade every move. So let it work its way through and come back to it later. Or learn to trade from area to area. I mean, that's the other silly part, is as soon as I started to really look at this, I'm like, what am I doing? I'm trading directly into the wedge, and and then just let it come all the way back. It was silly of me, but that happens. All right, guys, we're gonna call it a day. So we got about this. I've been here for 33 minutes. Let's see what we've done. Go ahead and put these on here just so I can go ahead and knock this out. Text. Okay, there we go. I was only up half a tick at this point, which put me at 2.5 with my first exit and 4.25 for my total. All right, and this may continue to the upside still. It's just putting me to sleep. So we'll go ahead and call it a day. I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your week, a happy Wednesday, and I will catch y'all around.